Hello, friends. This is Miss Potter, and welcome to day 10 of Countdown. Today, we are going to act just like detectives again and look carefully to see how two things are the same and how they are different. So I will show you two pictures. Now, remember, detectives, we have to observe before we can talk. That means we need to look carefully. So let's take a minute to look carefully at these two pictures. Okay, friends, now that you've had a little bit of time to observe the pictures, let's talk about some ways that these two pictures are the same. We should only talk about things that we can actually see in the picture. I'll start. These pictures are both cakes or desserts. Did you notice how Miss Potter used the word both? I'm going to have you try next. What else is the same about these two cakes? Those are some fantastic ideas. I love how you use the word both when describing. So you might have said something like, both of these cakes have frosting. You could say that they both have decorations. You could say that they both have the color red and the color purple on them. Those are some great ideas. Let's now think about how these two cakes are different. Let's take a minute to think about that first. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start. I can see that this first cake is very big. You can tell that it is big because it's sitting on a big plate and it takes up most of the plate. The second cake looks like a small cupcake. I know this is small because the plate that is on is much bigger than the cupcake itself. What else is different about these two cakes? Those are some great ideas. You might have said that the first cake is vanilla, has vanilla frosting, but the second cake has chocolate frosting. You might say that the first cake is covered in frosting. The whole thing's covered in frosting, but the second cake only has part of it covered in frosting. Awesome. Let's go ahead and observe two more pictures. Ready? Take a minute to look at these pictures. Okay, I'll go ahead and start. I'm thinking about some things that are the same between these two pictures. So I noticed that these pictures are both windows. All right, friends, your turn. What else is the same about these two windows? Great job. You might have said that they both have the color blue on them. You might say that they are both divided into sections. You could say they both have the color yellow on them. Or you could say they both look shiny. These little lines on here makes it look like they are shiny. Now let's think about how these two windows are different. So I'm going to start first. I notice that this window has a bunch of different colors on it, but this window only has 3 colors: yellow, white, and blue. All right, your turn, kindergartners. What do you notice that's different about the windows? Great ideas. You might have said that this first window is the shape of a circle, but this second window is the shape of a rectangle. You might say this first window looks like it's pretty big, but this second window looks smaller. Thank you so much for learning with me, friends. Let's go ahead and move on to our next activity. We are going to practice sorting pictures into categories. We have done this before, so we are experts. So you are going to notice 2 categories here. So this one right here on the left represents things that you would find inside of your house. And this picture right here represents things that you would find outside of a house, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the first picture. What is this a picture of? Yes, this is a pan. Now I want you to think, friends, would a pan belong inside of a house in this category, or does a pan belong outside of a house? Great job. A pan would belong inside of a house. Okay, let's try another one. What do you see? Nice job. This is a tree. Would the tree go inside of a house or outside of a house? Yeah, usually a tree would go outside. Let's try another one. What do you see? I see a bed. Would a bed go inside or outside of a house? You're right, it would go inside. Let's try another one. What do you see? This is an oven. Would an oven go inside or outside of a house? Smart cookies, it would go inside. Let's try two more. What do you see? This is a sidewalk. Would a sidewalk go inside of a house or outside? Yes, it would go outside. One more. What do you see? We see a nest. Nest. Would you find a nest inside or outside of a house? Yes, we would normally find it outside. Great job, kindergartners. Let's move on to the very last section. And the other day, we played a game called All in a Row. And we learned some special words that can help us describe where things are when we see them. Now we are going to practice two special words. And those special words are before and after. Now let's go ahead and start playing our game All in a Row. I have some pictures here for you. Let's look at the row of pictures. Remember, a row is a group of items that are lined up across the space. Now let's go to the starting point. Remember, this is our starting point on the far left. So I'm going to point to the box. And we are going to name the pictures in order, one after the other. Okay, are you ready? What picture comes right after the box? Yes, the clock comes right after the box. If we move our hands to the right, we will see that the clock is right next to the box. What is next after the clock? Yes, the cherries are next, right next to the clock. What comes after the cherries? You got it, the lion comes right after the cherries. What comes after the lion? You got it, the sock comes after the lion. What comes after the sock? The ocean, you got it. And what comes after the ocean? The milk. Now, friends, tell me, what is after the milk? You got it. There's nothing there. Nothing comes after the milk, right? Because the milk is last at the very end of the row. We can also go back to the beginning of the row or the first picture in the row by using the word before. Okay, so let's practice. What is before the milk? Yes, the ocean is before the milk. We see the ocean and then we see the milk. We see the ocean before the milk. Okay, now let's play the game All in a Row again. Okay, we will see some more pictures and we will use the words before and after to describe where these pictures are in a row. Are you ready? Okay, here are 3 pictures. The hospital is before the zoo. The zoo is before the house. The zoo is after the hospital. And the house is after the zoo. Let's look at a few more pictures. All right, I need your help with this one, friends. What is before the zebra? Yes, the lion. What is after the giraffe? Yes, the lion again. Is the giraffe before or after the lion? The giraffe is before. And last question, is the zebra before or after the lion? Yes, it comes right after the lion. Thank you so much for learning with me today, kindergartners. I will see you next week.